Hello everyone, welcome back to another Total War Attila video. Today we're looking at naval combat. We all know that Rome 2's naval battles were often buggy, messy and not that special at all. One of the reasons behind that was the lack of unique ships. Ships didn't differ that much for different factions. Every faction was capable of bringing at least one elite ship, but most of the naval rosters were complete copy-pastes of each other. Now in Attila, this has been changed drastically. Naval battles still work the same and can be very messy when large numbers of ships are involved, but the naval unit rosters are a lot more unique and cool to play with. In this video I will first talk about and show you the different ship types, after that I will show you the naval unit rosters for all factions, and I'll show you some ships in battle. In Attila we have various types of naval units, most of them were already present in Rome 2. The first type are ramming ships. These ships are only able to ram, and this is their only specialty obviously. They will get destroyed when being boarded or when under fire by heavy missiles. Ramming ships have abilities that boost their speed to maximize ramming damage. They are even capable of getting one-hit kills on enemy ships. The second type are the melee ships, and I will also include assault ships in this group. These ships are meant for boarding the enemy only, defeating enemy ships and their crews in melee. Then we obviously have missile ships, ships filled with either archers, slingers, skirmishers, crossbows or other missile units. They are meant to either kill as much enemy units as they can from afar or setting enemy ships on fire with, for example, fire arrows. Artillery ships are obviously meant to take enemy ships down from afar. Lastly we have fire ships. This is the new ship type with a flamethrower positioned on the deck. They are devastating in melee combat but will suffer from boarding and heavy missile fire. The naval rosters are a combination between culture unique and faction unique ships. Every faction has its own focus on specific ship types. So now let's take a look at those factions and the ships in battle. So here we are in the custom battle screen of Attila again, this time looking at naval battles. I will sort them by culture and I will first look at the Roman factions. So first the Western Roman Empire. So obviously this faction shares some ships with the Eastern Roman Empire. For admirals, we have a Liburnian warship with Roman heavy marines, which is shared, but they also have the towered Liburnian warship with elite Western heavy marines on them. For ramming ships, they have two basic ships filled with Western light marines and another ship with Western light marines, so unique Western Roman Empire units on there. For melee ships, they have a couple, including some normal ones like Roman light marines on Liburnian galleys, Liburnian warship filled with Roman heavy marines, but they also have the towered Liburnian warship with elite Western heavy marines. They only have one bow ship filled with Roman bowman marines, but the Western Roman Empire has the most crossbow ships in the game, 3 of them, all have Western Roman units on them as well. Some of them also have ballistas on the ships. They also have a skirmisher boat with Roman skirmisher marines and a basic set of 4 artillery boats. They do not have fire ships, so the Western Roman Empire is mostly focused on a couple of melee ships and crossbow ships together with artillery ships. If you go to the Eastern Roman Empire, they only have the first admiral unit, the Liburnian warship with the Roman heavy marines. However, they have far more melee ships, 5 melee ships, including Droman warship with elite Byzantine heavy marines and the Castle Droman warship with elite Byzantine heavy marines. They also have more bow ships, the Dromanarion skirmisher with Byzantine archer marines, and also the Dromanarion ballista skirmisher with also Byzantine archer marines. However, they do not have any crossbow ships at all. For skirmishers they have the same one, they have the same artillery ships, and they also have 2 fire ships. I think this faction is the only faction with 2 fire ships filled with Byzantine marines as well. Now let's take a look at the Sassanids, which obviously have the only Eastern ships from the playable factions. They have a Droman warship with Eastern boatmen and Castle Droman warship with elite Sassanid heavy marines as admirals. 3 melee ships, Eastern light boatmen, Eastern boatmen, elite Sassanid heavy marines, and this ship got a tower on it as well. They have a lot of missile ships, including 4 bow ships, filled with Sassanid archers and elite Sassanid archers. Some are filled with ballistas as well. They also have 2 slinger ships. These guys are the only guys with slinger ships in the game. They have Sassanid slinger marines on a Dromanarion skirmisher and also Eastern naval hurlers. They have 3 artillery ships. Oh, these guys also have 2 fire ships, excuse me then, so the Sassanids have 2 as well. And they have the Neft thrower ships with Sassanid Neft marines, basically units which throw some sort of grenades. Alright, now let's take a look at the Frankish ships, so the Germanic. They have the Frankish Marines on the dragon ship, two ramming ships as well. Did the Sassanids have ramming ships? They didn't, so the Sassanids can't ram. They're only focused on like bows and ranged warfare. So let's get back to the Franks. Yeah, so they do have 2 ramming ships, 3 melee ships. Some are filled. This one is very powerful, the Towered Liburnian, chosen Germanic boatman. They also have an assault ship with X units, Frankish Marines, 3 bow ships including Germanic archers and chosen Germanic naval archers, 2 artillery ships and a fire ship as well. Let's take a look at the Allens. Also the 2 ramming ships and also an admiral, this time with chosen Germanic boatmen. The same melee ships with Germanic units on them. 3 boat ships with Germanic naval archers and Germanic archer marauders, 2 artillery ships and a fire ship. A decent roster all around. So now the Vandals, which actually specialize in naval warfare. They have the dragon ship with Vandal heavy marauders and a dragon ship with elite Vandal marauders as admirals. They have 1 ramming ship and loads of melee ships, including like the best boats in the game, fortified Liburnian warship, chosen Vandal marauders, and that kind of units. They also have a lot of bow ships, including this Dromenarion double ballista skirmisher with elite Vandal archer marauders. A lot of these units, it looks like all units on the Vandal ships are Vandal units. I think so. All of them are like Vandal, which is cool. Then they have the 3 artillery ships, yeah, I'm sure, Vandal artillery crew, so that's cool, only Vandal units. These ships are all unique. And a fire ship as well. So not that many classes, but a good range of melee ships and all other ships basically. So now let's take a look at the Visigoths. 2 ramming ships, 4 melee ships, including 1 dragon ship with elite Visigoth Marines. Also a dragon ship with Gothic Marines. They have some archers, including Germanic naval archers, Germanic archers, yeah. These guys also have a crossbow ship with elite Visigoth crossbow Marines. I think this is the only barbarian faction with crossbow ships. Then the 2 artillery ships and the fire ships. The Ostrogoths are basically the same. However, these guys have ramming ship as well. However, they have 1 less melee ship, but more bow ships, including these elite Ostrogoth archer marines on these boats over here, and normal Ostrogoth archer marines. For the rest, they're pretty much the same. Now let's take a look at the Saxons and the Viking factions to finish it up. 2 ramming ships. We have some dragon ship with Royal Saxon Marines, elite Saxon Marines, Nordic heavy marauders. 2 assault ships, so that's quite a lot, with Nordic berserkers. They only have 1 bow ship though and 1 artillery ship, so mostly focused on melee combat. Let's take a look at the Geats, one of the DLC factions. 2 ramming ships, only 1 melee ship with Nordic heavy marauders, a Sneckia longship. 2 assault ships, the same basically. Only 1 bow ship, only 1 artillery ship and 1 fire ship. So basically the same as the Saxons, but a little less boats. The Jutes, they're the same, like a complete copy paste. But the Danes have some more. The ramming ships, they have 2 more assault ships, including elite Norse marauders and chosen Norse marauders on dragon ships. Also a fire ship, artillery ship and a bow ship. So now let's take a look at them in battle while I finish my video up. So as you can see, most factions are all focused on a tactic or on a special unit type. Some factions only have like a lot of melee ships, but they lack range ships. Some are focused on fire ships or other kind of ships like the Sassanids. They are really all around with grenade ships and slinger ships, things like that. Some factions like the Vandals are all around very powerful. So yeah, there's a lot more differences between factions in this game than there were in Rome 2. Another note is that all units, you may have noticed, all units on the ships are unique. No naval units can be recruited as land units. So chosen Norse marauders, Western Roman Marines, you can't recruit them on land, only on ships, and that's really cool in my opinion. I like the naval roster. The naval battles are kind of messy still, but they're cool to play, especially because of this unique roster for all factions. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, hopefully you enjoyed the units. Keep on watching and I will see you next time.